After hours on the road, the landscape starts to shift. The dry coast is behind us, and up ahead, watching over the valley like silent guardians, are three massive volcanoes: Misti, Chachani, and Pichu Pichu. Seeing them rise out of the earth. We've just rolled into Arequipa, and honestly, the first impression is pretty unforgettable. This place is known as the White City, and you can see why instantly. Everything glows. It's not paint, it's a white volcanic stone called sillar. The whole historic center is built from this stuff, which is pretty wild when you remember that the volcanoes we just passed are the very reason this city exists. Arequipa is actually Peru's second largest city, but it doesn't feel overwhelmingly chaotic. There's a different vibe here. It feels a bit more laid back than Lima, but with this deep layer of history underneath. We're sitting at about 2,300 meters above sea level, which is actually perfect because it gives us a chance to acclimate before we head even higher towards Cusco. The heart of it all is the Plaza de Armas. It's one of the most beautiful squares we've ever seen. The cathedral stretches across the entire side of the plaza, and if you look closely, you can see the details carved into that volcanic rock. But the real showstopper? The light. As the sun goes down, the stone turns from bright white to this warm honey gold color, with El Misti volcano perfectly framed in the background. It's one of those views you just can't stop staring at. But this plaza wasn't always just a beautiful place to hang out. It has a story that goes right back to the very beginning. The Spanish conquistador, Francisco Pizarro, the man who conquered the Inca Empire, sent his lieutenant, a man named García Manuel de Carvajal, to found a city here. And on the 15th of August 1540, Carvajal stood right here, planted a cross, and officially founded the Vía de la Asunción de Nuestra Señora del Valle Hermoso de Arequipa. Quite a mouthful. And with that, the plaza was born. Legend even has it that he chose this exact spot for the main plaza because of the incredible view of the volcano behind it. But building a city on the side of active volcanoes comes with a price. Over the centuries, this plaza has been through it all. In the early days, this open space wasn't the peaceful park you see now. It was the main market, the Katu, where indigenous people would sell their goods. It was also the stage for everything from military parades and bullfights to public executions. And then came the earthquakes. Massive ones in 1666, 1668, 1687, and 1784, all caused major damage. In 1844, a huge fire swept through, destroying much of the original cathedral and the portales. Every time, the city had to rebuild. In fact, if you look closely, you can see that the plaza itself has risen over time. It's actually about 80 centimeters higher than it was when it was first built, slowly elevated by the rubble and reconstruction from centuries of disasters. Knowing a bit of its story, this plaza feels even more incredible. We're heading out of the city, towards the volcanoes, to visit the place where the White City was literally born, the Canteras de Siller de Yanahuara. About 30 to 45 minutes northwest of the city center, in the district of Cerro, Colorado, the landscape completely transforms. We're driving into the foothills of the Chichani volcano, and up ahead are the quarries that have supplied the stone for Arequipa's buildings for nearly 500 years. This place is something else. These aren't just rocks, they're massive walls of volcanic stone, some nearly 100 feet high, carved out by generations of hands. This white stone is called Siller, and it's basically compressed volcanic ash from a massive eruption of the Chichani volcano about 1.65 million years ago. Hot gases altered the pumice and cemented it into this soft, workable, but durable stone that you can actually carve like butter. These quarries are still in full operation today. The canteros, the quarrymen, are the heirs to a tradition that goes back centuries. They arrive early each morning to extract the blocks using techniques passed down through generations. In fact, the traditional artisan extraction techniques used here are officially recognized as Peruvian intangible heritage. This place connects everything: the earth, the history, the people. Anya Schweiko has given us a whole new perspective on Arequipa. After witnessing the birthplace of Arequipa's white stone, there's one spot everyone told us we absolutely cannot miss at this hour. We arrived to the district of Yanahuara, just a short drive from the city center, to catch our first sunset over the White City. Yanahuara feels different from the city center. It's quieter, more residential, with these beautiful narrow streets and old mansions that have a real traditional feel. It's actually one of the most traditional and picturesque districts in all of Arequipa, founded way back in 1874, but with roots that go much deeper. You can feel the history in the air here too. And here it is, the Plaza de Yanahuara. This place is iconic. The centerpiece is this beautiful church, the Church of San Juan Bautista de Yanahuara, built in 1750 out of that same white sillar we just saw being carved. It's got this stunning mestizo Baroque facade with all these intricate carvings of flowers, fruits, and mermaids that blend indigenous and European influences. But the real star here, especially at this hour, is this. The Mirador, the viewpoint. This row of 9 beautiful stone arches was built in the 19th century, specifically so people could stand here and admire the view. And what a view it is. Each arch is made of carved sillar, and if you look closely, some of them have poems and quotes from famous Arequipeño writers inscribed right into the stone. You get the entire city of Arequipa spread out below you, a sea of white buildings glowing in the evening light, with the massive, perfect cone of El Misti rising behind it all. The volcano stands at 5,822 meters, almost 20,000 feet, and from here, it feels close enough to touch. It's the same view the Spanish commander saw when he chose this spot for the city nearly 500 years ago. What a way to end the day. From the raw, powerful energy of the quarries to the peaceful beauty of this viewpoint, Arequipa has shown us 2 completely different sides of itself in just a few hours. The sun has set on Yanahuara, but tomorrow, there's so much more to discover. We'll see you in the next one.